As old business, it says that Chris Kirker advised that DOT has notified CB11 office that Bronx DOT Commissioner Connery will do a walkthrough with Venice Association of this area. There was not a walkthrough, it was a meeting up at Community Board 11, and it was with Van Ness Neighborhood Alliance. Thank you.
Anyone else? Linda, did you have something?
No, I'll do new business.
Okay. So we have land use. I know the committee chairs are not here tonight. So I know Dom Shannon was at the meeting, or Tony Signorelli. If anybody feels comfortable making the motions, they're on the agenda. Was that the committee meeting? Second page of the agenda, 7B.
I'd like to make a motion, we send a letter of no objection to New York City, BSA, for 950 Allerton Avenue. I think they want to do something with the curb cuts. And the other one was on Williamsbridge Road, the 2 Shell stations. Anybody second?
Second.
All those in favor? Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? First 2 passed. They want to send a letter of objection to New York City Department of Buildings and Finance for a proposed tax lot subdivision. They have 2016 Narragansett Avenue, but I'm under the impression that the address is 2061. Anybody second it?
Second.
All those in favor?
Wait for clarification before we vote, please.
I mean, we can check. I can double check with Joe McMaster. The minutes he sent us, was it yesterday? I don't remember exactly when he sent them.
Okay, you know what?
So that with the stipulation of a correct address.
We'll make this easy. Want to send a letter of objection for 2016 and 2061 for any kind of tax lot subdivision.
No, you can't do it. Sorry.
I did it anyhow.
With the correction.
With the corrections, just go with
The
the
correction 61. Somebody lives there.
second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous. And the last one is send a letter of no objection to Department of Planning Department for the ULURP for 1614 Williamsbridge Road.
Second.
Do you know what it's about?
They wanted to convert that area over there on Williamsbridge Road. I think one of the buildings is a lawyer's office, and he can't retain that office, but it's next to a bunch of buildings which are commercial buildings. And the city says in order to make the change, they had to do like a whole section of it. Personally, I didn't agree with it, neither did one of the other members on it, but the vote carried, I think, 4-2, and this is what we're recommending to the committee, or the full board. So I make a letter of,
You already made it, so.
You could vote.
good. All those in favor? All those opposed? Any abstentions? 2 abstentions.
Al DeAngelo, Andrea Siegel. Is there a third? Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you, Dominic.
Wait.
What?
It's not on here.
Yeah, they didn't vote on it, my knowledge. It's not in the minutes, is it? The Van Ness one? Yeah,
So you
it
can,
wasn't voted on.
you cannot bring it up?
You can bring it up, but
That's for.
there's no motion for the committee.
Where is it?
So, it's on page, if you pull out the minutes,
Yeah, but it's not-
packet,
hold on.
it's on page 2 of land use committee minutes.
I have a question.
You got a question? Can you speak to the mic?
My question is this, the realtor or the builder of 500 through 508 Van Nest Avenue, I believe it's the same builder who's doing 513, which there's a stop work order on, and I don't see anything in the minutes for 513. Right now, there's a proposed for what 508, 500 to 508 for 47 units. The guy, I won't say what I'm thinking. But anyway, 513, I understand he wants to make a 3-story building there in that area, in that spot there, which, like I say, right now is a stop work order. We need help on these 2 buildings because they will crush Van Nest. Right now, you can't even see coming down Adams Street to Van Nest. If there's anything built there, you're going to have a slew of accidents that's irresponsible. Okay, so can the community board look at this?
So,
And
Don,
these two lots are opposite sides of the street. One is on the corner of Adams and Van Ness, and the other one is right around the corner from Van Buren and Van Ness.
Yes. As far as that first particular lot was concerned, everybody on the committee voted against it. They told this guy he was out of his mind. And another thing he said, and excuse me, but he says he spoke to Bernadette and Bernadette was for it. And we says, that's not the Bernadette that we know. Yes, so basically, there's no way that that's gonna pass the particular committee that he went up against before.
Bernadette?
That didn't come up against us.
Thank you. I just want to make a clarification. That was one of the clarifications. The person, Jonathan Sachs, says that he spoke to me and, oh yes, Bernadette is in favor of this. I don't know who this person is. I want to make a clarification that I don't know where he got that idea. I never met the man. The other thing is that...
Doing a toy maker was just like this.
Yeah, in his dreams. So, but the other thing is with 513 Van Nest, 500, 508, there's also 6 other, in Van Nest, 6 other developed areas that are bought over. I've submitted all of them to the assemblyman, okay? I've also, I've let Joe McManus know about all of them. And we've got a lot going on. Those 2 in particular are right across the street from each other. And at 513, they're planning to do 2 3-family homes in that area. The permit, that's what the permit says. So there's no way they can make 47 units in that corner place, and it will be, and 20. Well, they're not even going to give us the 20 parking spaces probably. Yeah. So we just have our work cut out. But a lot of people are aware of this. And we've made them aware, the assemblyman is aware of it. I'll make everybody aware of it. So we just need the support of the Community Board of Land Use to support us on this. Thank you.
So if you look at page 2, developers agreed to respond to the Land Use Committee about all of the issues raised and will make formal presentations to both the Van Ness Association, which I'm sure it means Neighborhood Alliance, and the Morris Park Association, Community Association. Okay, and any other issues, David?
On this issue, if there's a variance request and there's a number assigned to it through BSA, when is that going to be heard? Because the full board is not going to meet again until the end of September. And what I'm concerned is that if action is taken by the BSA, we won't have a chance to have an opinion on it. Do we have to vote tonight? Do we have any other details? Are those, the chair and the co-chair of the committee are both not present?
Yeah, they're not. Why don't I follow up with the BSA tomorrow?
But maybe we could take a sense of the board not a full vote, and then maybe the officers could take the appropriate action during the summer. Because if we had guidance from the full board, because then we could take the appropriate action.
That's true. I would support what David's saying, if we could possibly do that. Nobody's in agreement with this.
The BSA application, was it the formal application that was forwarded to you? Right, but sometimes it's just notification that it's been received as opposed to being regularly to be calendared. This is my set, and you may not like it, but if you go back and you find that you have a time frame, I think it's 40 days for BSAs if I'm not mistaken, and it's going to be within your July, August, you may have to come back and have a meeting specifically on the BSA. If we had the information, I think we'd be a little bit off, but if we don't, you may have to come back for a BSA hearing, but you do have to let obviously the community know, and you have to let the associations know, and that the people can be notified of the public hearing on it. Now this is some of these gas station ones, I know that many times you don't have public hearings on, but this is obviously something that would be a very effective, have a big effect on the Van Ness community, and you want to have a full public hearing on it. So once you know tomorrow what your time frame is, you may have to choose to do it. Now the executive committee can be empowered to make decisions if you choose to do that, but still, in this particular case, you'd still probably need to have some sort of a public hearing in order to adequately get the opinions of the people who live around.
The executive board call for a public hearing?
Sure. Well, if you're having a public hearing, if you're going to have a public hearing, you can make it a mandatory public hearing for board members. You'll have your quorum, and you can vote. So you won't have two meetings, you'll have one meeting.
Okay.
All right, and in terms of the spelling of the Van Ness Association, speak to Joe, please. I would correct this, but he doesn't allow me doing that. So, speak to him.
You know what I'm thinking about? We call the executive board meets to vote on this, right? And at the same time, we call a public hearing on this matter, so you people vent, and then the executive board could vote. Is there something wrong with that, Tom? We'll have a quorum of the executive board, plus we'll call up for public hearing.
If you're going to have a public hearing, then have the full board invite the full board.
Yeah, but they're gonna be vacations and everything else.
You've got 50 board members. I think you'll be able to find 26 of them.
We got emergency meetings.
Yeah. I think it's safer, and I think the BSA would look upon that better than just the executive board.
Unless there's anything else, Mike, please.
Why don't we just vote on the fact now that if we do have something that's time sensitive, that this organization is going to give the executive board the power to turn it down on its own, so they don't have to go through all of that stuff. In other words, the executive board knows what our feeling is now.
The executive board can meet and decide that on behalf as is. You don't
Right,
need
what
to
I'm
vote to
saying
do
is, right now, take the vote as to how you would like them to vote if this comes up.
We still need a public hearing.
I would be surprised if Joe McManus did not have you vote on, did not realize there was a time sensitive issue.
I'm sure you're right.
I recommend you wait, but who am I? All right. So, Housing Committee, Janice Walcott, Mike, please. 2.
Good evening, everyone. The minutes are available for your reading, and everyone have a good summer.
The park chairs are not here. I will move to public safety down channel.
We didn't meet in June. Everybody have a good summer.
Tony Signorelli, Sanitation Department.
Listen, I haven't, thank you. Well, we didn't meet. That's all I have to say. Enjoy your summer. Don't call me. I will call you if I need you for anything.
Can I be heard on this committee? I don't know where, may I?
Yes, number 2, go.
I don't know where the Con Ed issues fall, but I figure sanitation and environmental protection is the appropriate place. I wanted to thank the Morris Park Community Association for hosting a meeting where not only was there discussion of the Rat Academy, which was very instrumental, very instructive, I should say, informative, but there was also representatives from Con Ed. For those of you who live in Morris Park, know that they've been tearing up the area. And finally, we were able to ask questions of the Con Ed representatives and get a scope of work. So we do have some names, and they also offered, Jeremy, that they would walk the area with you. So that might be something that you want to take them up on. And then, immediately thereafter, Con Ed picked up and left the area. As far as I can tell, they're not around. But I don't want to see this issue fall away because they're going to come back. So I'm hoping that that the board office, that Jeremy, you could make it a priority over the summer to stay in contact with Con Ed and keep those interested board members updated. Because what Con Ed was saying is they're going to tear up all of Morris Park from Williamsbridge Road down to Bronxdale. When they start doing that, it's going to be a gigantic mess for the stores, and they're going to lose a lot of business. Because I suffered through it on Rhinelander, and those are private homes, and it was a big mess. But when they get to Morris Park, it's going to be even worse.
And since you mentioned the Rat Academy, I do also want to thank Al and Tony for taking up my suggestion. I know we had one at the Allergen Merchants, so if anybody else wants to set up a Rat Academy, please let me know and we will put you in contact with my health department's contact. Anything else? Committee reports, old business?
Jeremy, I suspect it's old business as it was mentioned in your report. Regarding the barricades on Morris Park and Yates, those barricades are laying in the street for months. I reported the barricades May 28th. As an hour and a half ago, those barricades are still there. You said perhaps to pick them up soon. It's been over a month. How long would this take?
Well, like you said in your email, it's actually been since October.
I know that.
So I did speak to David Lepore, Community Affairs David Lepore, who you met at one of our previous meetings, and he'll look into it. I don't know, Tony, if you spoke to anybody?
A patrol coordinator, Lefty, he personally called Jay, and Jay promised them that they were going to take away. That was 2 days after you sent the email. Now, I don't know if those barricades are really from October, the Columbus Parade, because you have the Lutheran school over there, and they have the farmers market. They also have events. There is no way we could say that they are from the Columbus Parade.
Okay, let's assume it's not from the Columbus Day Parade.
Let's not assume.
I said, let's assume it's not from the Columbus Day Parade. I live a block away. I know they've been there for at least 3 months. I waited 2 months for something to be done. I reported it at the end of May. Here it is, almost the end of June, it's still there. I don't really care the source of what got them there. The fact is they've been laying in the streets for over 3 months. And how long, my question is, how long does it take to pick them up? Your email suggests a simple phone call would have taken care of the problem instead of emails. So why are they still there?
Going back and forth with emails, it doesn't resolve anything. If you saw them 3 months ago, you could have made that call 3 months ago.
That's where we're going with this
The
conversation.
parade was 9 months ago.
I'm not interested.
Time out. I think we're gonna solve that problem shortly. John, okay? Thank you.
Good. Any other old business? New business? Linda White?
Yes, I need the community board's help on this. I've been approached by several people at the hospital, quite a number of them, because they know I live off Morris Park Avenue. And I've spoken to some of our cohorts at Einstein. We have a big problem with the 21 bus that runs
Yes.
Morris Park Avenue, timing
Yes.
wise. We sent emails to MTA, and MTA said a month ago that they were going to take care of it, that there had been a problem with the depot, and that they would take care of it. It's just as bad now. Sometimes it's 3 buses at a time. Sometimes you can go 2 hours with no bus.
Yep.
Can I ask, can the community board possibly send a letter?
So you have documentation from the MTA that they would,
Yes,
whatever, you
I
have
have-
correspondence you can send me?
Yes,
Please send that to me, and yeah, we'll follow up on it.
thank you very much.
Any other new business? Joe Thompson, and then Maria.
The last meeting of the 49th Precinct Council is going to be held for the summer. We're going to be off for July and August, so our last meeting will be next Tuesday, the 28th, and it will be held at the 49th Precinct. So if you have issues, police issues, make sure that you come and express those to the captain. Take care. Have a good summer.
Maria?
I'm not sure if this was mentioned before, that Beth Abraham is being sold, going from a profit to, from a nonprofit to a profit. And I don't know, I think we need to look into what the implications are. It is a very large, healthcare institution in our area, as well as a large employer, so it could affect businesses as well as a lot of people who live in our area. So I just think we need to find out what their intentions are.
Maybe we can set something up for the health committee to have somebody come from that organization to come for the health committee. Is that okay with you, Joe?
That's a good idea.
Joe?
We will meet again in September.
Yeah, so it's up to you guys, what you want to do.
Clarification, for your information, what's happening is most insurance carriers have gone from non-profits to profits. So being that Beth Abraham actually belongs to an insurance carrier, they most likely want to convert. It's a process. It's not an overnight process. And there's things that they have to do and follow, including pay back Medicare and Medicaid for funds that they have obtained. So there's a process, and it's not an overnight. It's anywhere from 1 year to 2 year process.
Well, they're kicking out the residents.
Okay, before we make the motion, everybody have a safe and healthy summer, and I'll see you in September. And now, a motion to adjourn. Second by Al D'Angelo. All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.
They're kicking